feeling overwhelmed by your crazy busy schedule? Ever wonder if maybe there's a better way to find balance? In this episode, we'll explore the impact of stress and lack of sleep on your metabolism, and I'm sharing 4 steps to help you have more breathing room in your daily routine. Even if you don't think you can afford the time to rest, I'm going to show how making time for yourself can actually give you more time and improve your productivity. After all, even God took a rest day, so you can too. Welcome to Rad Mom Revival, the podcast for busy Christian moms who want to ditch the diet drama, boost their energy, and reclaim their Rad Mom status. I'm your host, Susan Gladstein, aka the Metabolism Maven, and as a mom of 6, I totally get it. The never-ending to-do list, the exhaustion, and that nagging mom guilt anytime you try to take care of yourself. Been there. There is a better way, and I'm here with some mom hacks that are going to rock your world. Together, we'll dive into balancing the chaos, losing weight without losing your mind, and carving out time for yourself and epic adventures. My mission is to help you live and model a healthy lifestyle that your kids and grandkids will thank you for. If you're ready to have so much energy that your kids say, "Mom, you need to chill," then you've found your tribe. So grab your headphones and that never-ending pile of laundry, and let's get started. It's time for Rad Mom Revival. Ever feel like you're running on empty, barely keeping up with the kids, work, and all of the chaos of life? I get it. I've been there too. But what if you could actually have the energy to power through your day and feel less stressed in just 2 weeks? Sound like something you need? Then you should totally join our 14-day Energy Boost Challenge. You get real-life mom hacks to help you say goodbye to exhaustion and hello to feeling more like yourself again. Join us at radmomrevival.com because your kids get the best when you're at your best. Do you ever feel like you're just constantly on the go and you have 0 time to catch your breath? You're not alone. A few years ago, my schedule was jam-packed from morning until night, and I always felt like I was running on empty. I mean, my to-do list was never ending. And the worst part was, every time I got super busy, I'd inevitably get sick. It's always at the worst times, right? Like right before a big project is due at work or during a big family event. It's always like I can't afford to take the time off. But of course, my body had other plans. I was stressed, overwhelmed, and exhausted. My energy levels were in the tank. My weight was all over the place. So were my hormones. I felt guilty for even thinking about taking time for myself. And when I did try to eat healthy and exercise, I was never really consistent. It didn't seem to work, and I would just end up falling back into all of my bad habits. Sound familiar? You might be thinking, well, I can't afford to take rest. I have too much to do. I know, that's what I said. But what if I told you that making time for rest could actually give you more time? It sounded counterintuitive to me when I heard it at first, but I actually found that by adding in rest into my routine each week, I wasn't so burnt out all the time. And the time that I did spend was way more productive. By taking time to rest, we can actually help our bodies maintain metabolic balance and reduce the risk of stress-related health problems. The concept of rest is actually deeply rooted in the Bible as well. In Genesis, God rested on the 7th day after creating the world, which kind of sets a heavy precedent for us to follow. Am I right? Even when the storm was coming and the disciples were super stressed because all the waves were crashing into the boat, what was Jesus doing? He was taking a nap. I know what you're thinking, but I want to reach my weight loss goals, and that's not going to happen if I'm just sitting on the couch getting emotional over the season finale of This Is Us. Listen, sis, rest days are crucial, not only for your weight loss journey, but also for building muscle and having an optimal metabolism and just an overall better life. I promise you don't need to do strenuous workouts, 6, 7 days a week, which I know. As someone who had finally become a lover of working out, this was a really hard thing for me to tackle. Doing too much of any form of exercise is actually really stressful to the body, which is not supportive of a healthy metabolism. There's actually a lot of evidence to support that overtraining can cause fatigue, sleep loss, weight gain, depression, brain fog, and even decreased performance. It's easy to assume that more exercise is better because that's what they've burned into our brains, right? But in reality, it creates this imbalance between our nutrition, activity, and our rest needs. Side note, when we put a large demand on our bodies through exercise throughout the week without enough rest, our metabolisms eventually catch on to this new normal, and it will slow down in order to reserve energy stores, especially if we're not fueling properly. So even if you're killing yourself at the gym, your metabolism is going to work against you. Rest days are also crucial for building muscle. And to build muscle, you must tear the fibers, and then you have to rebuild them. And the only way to rebuild them is to rest. Research shows that our bodies require longer resting periods, at least 24 hours, specifically for protein synthesis in order to rebuild muscle tissue. So, what happens if you don't prioritize rest? Well, for one, you're going to feel like junk and have significant muscle soreness. And two, you're not going to see the results from your workout because your muscles aren't getting the chance to rebuild and grow. The bottom line is, the more muscle you have, the better your metabolism is. Additionally, rest days allow your body to refill your energy tank. And this is largely in the form of glycogen in the muscles. This is how we store a lot of carbohydrates for energy in the body. Adequate recovery during the week actually gives your body time to replace the glycogen that you used from the foods you eat. So, yes, that means eat your carbs. But if the body doesn't get a chance to do this, then you're going to just be fatigued and sore, and your performance is going to take a hit. And rest isn't just about taking time off from workouts. Let's talk about sleep. Americans are notorious for not getting enough sleep. The CDC states that 1 in 3 of us are not getting at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night on a consistent basis. And as a mom, I know this is a challenge. Not getting enough shut-eye isn't just a matter of having enough energy to get through your day either. The truth is, it can actually impact several areas of your metabolism, including your hunger hormones. Let's talk about hunger hormones. Ghrelin tells us that we're hungry. There are others that tell us that we're hungry, but this one does the most talking. It's secreted from our stomach lining, and it signals to the brain that it's time to eat. It often works in a cycle, rising and falling every 4 hours or so when we're awake. Leptin tells us that we're full. It decreases our food intake and helps us regulate energy metabolism. It's made by the fat cells in our body, and it works by suppressing the appetite in the brain. Our fat cells produce many different hormones, leptin included, and it will send messages out to the brain. So the more fat cells we have, the more leptin we will have circulating, which makes sense if you think about it. The body wants to maintain how much fat we have stored. So if we're accumulating more of it, the fat cells will send more signals to the brain that we're satisfied and less hungry. We don't want to store fat if we can help it. But the system can go off the rails if we're not getting enough sleep, if we're not balancing our blood sugar, and many other factors. The body can also become leptin resistant when there's a significant amount of fat cells. And since I love getting into the science of what's happening in our bodies, let's chat about why sleep and hunger hormones are related even in the first place. So when a person sleeps, leptin levels rise, telling the brain that everything's okay and the body has enough energy reserves for the next, hopefully, 7 or 8 hours of sleep. We typically don't wake up in the night just starving. This is due to leptin doing its job. Granted, if we're not eating enough, we could wake up hungry, but that's a discussion for another episode. Sleep deprivation is going to increase ghrelin and decrease leptin. And this is a natural response simply due to being awake longer than anticipated. So the body thinks, well, I need more energy for a longer day, even if we really don't. And so the brain responds to these signals and increases our appetite. And I know none of us are perfect, and sleep and rest are super challenging, especially as moms. But I do want to consider some of these tips to start getting more rest in your life. So number 1, stick to a routine. You might find it easier to fall asleep and wake up in the morning if you're consistent with your schedule. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. This helps regulate your body's internal clock and can improve the quality of your sleep. Create a calming bedtime routine that signals to your body that it's time to wind down. And this could include activities like reading a book, taking a warm bath, or practicing some relaxation techniques. Avoid screens. I know, I'm guilty. And stimulating activities before bed because it can interfere with your ability to fall asleep. Not sticking to a routine can drain your energy because your body is constantly trying to adjust. When your sleep is erratic, your body has to work harder to maintain its natural rhythms, leaving you feeling more tired and less productive. Number 2, prioritize your tasks. Start by listing out all of your tasks and responsibilities. Identify which ones are most important and which can be postponed or delegated. Focus on what truly matters and let go of the rest. This helps you ensure that your time and energy are spent on what really counts. For example, instead of trying to do everything yourself, delegate some household chores to your spouse or kids. This not only lightens the load, but it also teaches your children some responsibility. 3, set boundaries. Learn to say no. It's okay to decline invitations or requests that don't align with your priorities. Setting boundaries actually helps protect your time and energy. And saying no to some good things gives you the margin to say yes to the best things. For instance, if you're asked to go volunteer at a school event, but you're already stretched thin, it's perfectly fine to say no and use that time to recharge instead. And 4th, schedule downtime. Literally block out time in your calendar for rest and relaxation. Treat it as an important appointment that you cannot miss. Whether it's a short walk, a nap, a hobby you enjoy, make sure to schedule regular breaks. This intentional downtime can rejuvenate you and actually make you more effective in your daily tasks. For example, you might schedule a 30-minute walk during your lunch break, or like I do, set aside Sunday afternoons for a family movie time. Creating space for yourself in your schedule isn't just about finding more time, it's about prioritizing your well-being. By taking steps to reduce stress, get enough sleep, you can actually improve your overall health and find more peace in your daily life. And here's the game changer. I even noticed how my kids benefited from me saying no more often and taking time to just veg out. They saw a relaxed and happy mom, and our whole family dynamics improved. I could even tell that my kids needed the downtime too, and I was modeling that behavior for them. So remember, even God took a rest day, so you can too. Hey there, thanks for tuning in to Rad Mom Revival. I hope you're feeling inspired and ready to reclaim your Rad Mom status. If you enjoyed the show, do me a favor, subscribe and leave me a review, and share it with your mom friends who desperately need some me time. I'd totally be honored if their me time was spent hiding in the bathroom listening to this podcast. I'd also love to get connected if we aren't already. Find me on social media and join our awesome tribe at radmomrevival.com. Until next time, keep embracing the chaos, finding joy in the little things, and living your best Rad Mom life.
Thanks for listening.